welcome to another round of competitive tag pro. This time we have Boaty McBoat versus Funketown. This is an 8-team game, so something's happening. Let's go back to our waiting screen. And let me fix the waiting screen too. Boaty McBoatface scores an early cap. And we go back to group. A lot of NLTP games seem to start with a 5. No, sorry. I don't have it. Everyone, I'll be back to commentary in a moment. I need to do some work for the competitive league. Be back.
So,
Three, two, one.
Connected.
He's back. Why are they playing an 8-minute game? Do they know that? They're playing an 8-minute game?
Probably. Welcome back, everyone, to another wonderful stream of, well, door stream. Today we have, again, Boaty McBoat versus Funketown. Apparently we had a lot of issues starting out, but hopefully those are ironed out. To compensate for the fact that we've already played a little, it's been decided that this round there will only be 8 minutes. Oh, and fun fact, I have Timble with me today. Timble, do you want to say hello?
No.
Timble.
Yes, hi. I'm just kidding.
I'm not sure if you're saltier than Zeus.
What? I'm just playing Dwarf.
Here we can see Tag Professor attempting a cap from the top, but he does not make it. Meanwhile, Selfie Syntax continues to regrab train. Red is coming in. They're not close to a capture, but they're definitely trying. Tag Professor coming in again, but their base was too crowded. Blue is trying to escape. They have the defense to put it up, but Selfie Syntax might block it. Blue definitely has a really good chance right now. They have a Tag Pro, but they lost Contain, so nothing's going to come about from it. Right now they're just dancing around to see if they can find any flaws in each other's defenses. You can see especially with Crook and Koala King, both FCs, both trying to tag each other. One of them died. And by the way, don't forget, Timbo, you can commentate too. And you are
I don't know
on
if I can
stream.
do that productively.
You're playing?
No.
Wait, what?
Just spectating here. I don't know if I can be a productive commentator though.
You did an amazing job last time.
I've never done this before.
Oh wait, that
Wasn't me.
I forgot it was someone else. My mistake. Sophie Syntax and D8 coming into red base with a ton of power. They're trying to hold off until Blue's flag carrier is popped, but they don't have the defense to pull it off. Defense, OD, whatever you want to call it. Tag Professor is really crowded. He's attempting a cap, but he has no room. Meanwhile, Just Pug rushes across the map. He's doing something, but dies. Red is playing very defensive at the moment, and they're out of base. Red is past 3. This is good if they can get this next return, but they go for the kiss instead. It's a very good chance if they had a little bit more room. If Red had a little bit more room. As we can see, power-up round was about even for both teams. Both teams got a Tag Pro. Let's see how this plays out. Tag Pros are usually very fun. Apparently the only thing Tag Pros did was suicide on each other. Just Plug and Selfie Syntax very close to each other, both FCs. Red is very defensive right now. Blue has a chance to cap and they take it. They take it. 3-0. Timble, do you remember if 3-0 is the entire score for this round, or if it's just for these 8 minutes?
They capped in both of those first.
Okay.
I don't even know what those were. I don't know if they're gonna keep the score or not.
So I'll still mark it as 3-0.
For now, yeah.
If that
Could be higher.
Mhm. I guess it doesn't help that we're biased towards the blue team.
I'm actually rooting against them. I hate the blue team. I want them to lose, except for Bubbles.
Red is pushing in. They're ahead of 2, which if they can get the blocks in, nice. They made it. Red had the defense, they had the blocks, they had the timing and patience to get that cap. Really good job. And apparently that makes Timble happy as well. And by the way, thank you Timble for getting the Tag Pro EU script, because that means I don't have to get it yet. I can get it later, but I really don't want to do it while streaming.
I don't trust it yet though.
At this part of round, we see that Red got a Juke Juice and Blue got a Rolling Bomb. That's roughly even. Some people would say Juke Juice is more powerful. Blue is trying to push in. That was a very unfortunate moment for Red's flag, Blue's flag carrier. The Rolling Bomb timed out just as he was tagged. Right now we can see Blue's defense is holding up very well. Red's pushing a little bit, scraping here and there to see if they can get a grab. Remember, eat your daily dose of boost. Bubbles is past 3. This is a really good moment if they can pull it off. But Blue wasn't able to
Wait, Bubbles is huge.
That was clutch. Blue pulls off a clutch cap. It didn't look like they were going to cap, but they were able to get the positioning in and be lucky overall. Red is retaliating. Red is ahead of 3 and they get a cap. The old retaliation rule or something. So we saw there a little bit of weakness from both sides. In general, when a team capped, they were ahead of 3, which is a very dangerous situation to be in. So we end with Have Mad at the top and D8 with second place. Have Mad is the captain of Boaty McBoat Face. So it's interesting to see him as number 1. Let's go back to our regularly scheduled waiting screen with your co-commentator, Timble.
Sweet. I have one of the EUs. I have an 8-minute EU, so I think we're good. Let me go talk to them, maybe.
The final score was 4-2, correct?
Yeah.
Thank you. And let's hope this doesn't mess up the stream. Yes, we're good. Hello again! We're currently having the lineup for the next game decided, so we'll be online in, say, 1 minute. Maybe even 30 seconds by now. And we're about... Okay, something happened. We were about to enter round 2 of today's tournament. But apparently I can't view the game. And that's quite the problem. Apparently everyone else had the same issue. This usually happens a few times per tournament. Ah, beautiful. We're back in officially, like we should be. To recap what's happened so far, Boaty and McBoat currently has the lead. They've won 1 game and have more caps overall, which is slightly obvious. We can see that Blue's being quite defensive right now. They're making sure to play a combination of no grab defense and grab defense. That probably won't end too well. Bubbles is trying to get the snipe on Blue, and he gets something done. Meanwhile, Blue is pushing forwards. Blue is past 2, but their base is infested with red players. They're going to have a hard time containing everyone unless they can get this return in, at which point this is a cap. Maybe a cap. Red with the really nice power-up control. They were sitting on power-ups while Blue was doing practically nothing. And as a consequence, Red got both power-ups. Good job, Funketown. Funketown, or I should say, good job, Boaty McBoatface. Red is Boaty McBoatface, Blue is Funketown. We can see Koala King is trying to go in for the cap, but the red base is, again, way too crowded. Red is trying to wiggle in again to see if they can get something, but Cook is really preventing that. Cook, D8, and Tag Professor. Really nice positioning by Red. Blue gets a retaliation cap right off the bat. This is why you need one offense ahead at all times. Offense or defense. Blue with the 3 defense strats. It cost them a cap. Meanwhile, D8 is trying to wiggle out. He gets a little bit of help from his teammates. He's trying to push in, but he's not really ahead of anyone. He's trying to pull back to see if he can snipe ahead, which so far it hasn't done anything. Cook was the tag pro. This could be a game changer right now. If he's able to use that, yes, he was able to use that tag pro to get the cap. Really good job by Cook. Will he get another cap? Or will Blue? They do. And that's the equalizer. 3-3 this round. It's even. No one's winning. Blue's been in general quite defensive this game. They've had moments of 3 defense. Bubble is trying to juke by Blue defense, but he doesn't make it. Unfortunate. We can see that this power-up round, Blue got a juke juice and Red got a rolling bomb. Which is, again, about even. Blue is trying to get out past 3 people. It looks like they have the room and the control to get out. Not quite. Eventually, Blue got popped and returned. Red is pushing forward, but they don't have the space to stay alive. Sophie Syntax, meanwhile, tries solo offense for the moment. Sophie Syntax finally gets that grab that he's been wanting, but he dies 2 seconds in. Another power-up round has happened, and we have very even power-ups again. Juke Juice for both sides. This will be interesting to see. Juke Juice FC coming in with Juke Juice OD. Can they get the cap? Possibly. It all hinges on if they can get Tag Professor and then get back fast enough to defend against Selfie. Poetic will have a hard time staying alive for that long. Selfie is getting out. He's past. They go for the kiss. Interesting strategy. But they don't have the re-grab to anti-read to really capitalize on that. Tag Professor is ahead of Sree. This is a really good moment for Blue. Assuming Blue can clear base. Almost. Almost. You can't really blame that one on lag. Bubbles was the Tag Pro lead. Red was going to be ahead of 3. Now Red is struggling to get out of enemy base. They don't make it. Blue currently has solid defense, which is good. They have a mixture of grab and no grab defense. Tag Professor is ahead of 3. This could turn into something, but it doesn't. Ooh. Red is chasing with all it has. Chasing with 3 people. We have an interesting situation in mid right now. We have a Tag Pro versus Tag Pro. One of them is a Tag Pro lead. Blue is ahead of 3, but they weren't able to use it to get that cap. If they had gotten it, they would have broken this tie. Very unfortunate. Very good situation that they got into. Blue has 3-ish offense. Not sure what to call it. Red is looking for a hole in this blockade that Blue has formed. No potato, no potato. Red is playing a no grab right now, ignoring that one bomb. Blue is ahead of 3. Something could happen, but red invests blue's base too quickly. Red was able to get ahead super quickly, just very good for them. Havmad, the Juke Juice FC, is ahead of 2. He's going to try something in reverse in return, but he's too scared to come in. He's backing off a little. He's seeing if he has some room. That was a cap only enabled by Blue's Flaccid. Blue had a chance to stop that. And so this game is no longer tied. Here we have another power-up round. Looks like red has the lead on this. They get 2 Juke Juices, which will definitely help their lead. Bubbles escapes base ahead of 2, but blue is also ahead of 2. This is not going to work out for red. Here we have Hadmad trying to get that fist cap, and he gets it by the width of a hair. And he'll probably say it's all intentional, all skill.
3.
Tag Professor trying to hold on to that flag, but he does not keep it. Here we can see a very clear lead by red. They started it in the first game, and then they continued it this game. They had a little bit of trouble, but they were able to iron out the defensive issues, which really helped them. Let's go back to our, again, regularly scheduled wait screen. Once I can find my mouse. Sorry about that, everyone. Apparently, OBS had glitched again. This happens occasionally. Ooh, those are incorrect numbers. Let me fix that. And now we wait 2 or 3 minutes until the next round happens. Dwarf Stream will be back in a bit. Hello and welcome back to round 3 of Boaty McBoatface versus Funketown. Boaty McBoatface has had a very strong start. They've won games 1 and 2 by a decent lead. As a surprise, I have a guest commentator, Papa John, my friend. Can you say hello? Papa John?
Oh, yep. Yeah, it's not looking good right now. And Qualkin can save it. Oh, and he missed the flag.
Blue had a really nice setup there, especially with that tag pro.
Yeah, they just dominated those pups, yeah.
Blue is playing very defensive right now. They're clustering together, they're making sure to push out as much as possible.
Yeah, if Bubbles gets out, then that should be past 4.
But the boost nullifies that lead.
If Bubbles can get their turn, I think he's just waiting for the pups. I don't. Bubbles lagged out.
Red has a really nice power-up lead. They have a tag pro and rolling. Here we see an awkward situation for Red.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Blue had rolling bomb, and Red did not have too many people out front. It's at least better than the previous game when there was a lot of moments where people were past 3.
That is very true.
Did you see the last
But
game,
hopefully-
Papa John?
Kind.
What are your thoughts on the two teams? Any thoughts? I think Papa John has disconnected. Maybe. I don't know. Yes, Papa John had disconnected. Understood, Papa John. You're fine. Here we can see Blue putting in the blocks to get that 1 cap. They had both the blocks and the boost to pull it off. Really nice job.
Yeah, it's not looking good for Boaty McBoatface.
Yeah, good point. Boaty McBoatface has really been struggling on this map. That's...
I mean, really, I think we should probably just chalk it down to like they.
Really? We'll need to look more into this. Funketown gets 2 out of 3 power-ups, a really nice power-up lead.
Yeah, and didn't have the regrab there either.
Red, Boaty McBoatface has had trouble with OD and just being in the right position in general. What do you think about the two teams, Papa?
I mean, the first couple of games were going pretty good they're going Boaty McBoatface's way. But I guess, I don't know, this map is just not playing out well for them. They really haven't won many pups at all. I think they're just not really keeping track of that. And then just, at this point, they're just tilting. Oh, that Indian missed that cap there.
Ahmed is trying to get that epic cap, and I think that's the first time I've ever seen someone cap that way. Especially with Blue players ahead.
Yeah, they were all going for the pups there, so that was the one time that it didn't really work out for them. But they're probably getting this counter cap if they get the return.
Red has a lot of people ahead. I doubt they're going to get capped.
Oh yeah, I didn't see Pug had the cap. I didn't see Pug carrying. I mean, they're just really chasey now. And also, my roommate was in the room. so I didn't really talk that much. That was my bad.
It's okay. I had my roommate earlier. I think some
Yeah.
people actually heard him too.
My roommate was actually pumping an air mattress, so that's why I muted or
Ooh.
left real quick. But
Mhm.
hopefully with 2 juke juices, Koala and Half-Mad can do something. Oh, and Lawnmower. So hopefully they can at least get out.
Red dominated the power-ups that round. That's different from
Just
all
have
the
to see
previous.
if Half-Mad can do something with it. If you can get the solo here or something. Or, oh, yeah, there. This could be, oh, and what a
Oh.
bomb.
That dank snipe came in and Red got a cap.
That is what we call league breaking.
Lead breaking?
League breaking, yep. 'Cause that is what Half-Mad is. League breaker. Oh, and he's out past date. If they can get these blocks. Oh, he had that. It's close.
That wasn't too good of a block
Yeah,
setup. It was a very dangerous one.
Blue's getting pups this round, I think.
Looks roughly even this round.
Yeah, with the attack for that Half-Mad, not too bad. Oh, sniped by him.
By the way, Papa, I don't think I ever said this, but thank you.
No, yeah, no problem.
I want to say it now before I forget.
Oh. And looks like both sides are reset now.
Reset is good.
Except Selfie's gonna be out. You know, he's past 1 and didn't really get a good juke there.
Have-Mad is
Wall
past
can
3.
so- Oh, and he returned himself. If I can get this note. Oh, and they had anti there too, just.
We have another power-up round in about 5 seconds.
Oh, yeah, and. Oh, Pug was almost out there.
So far, we're seeing good power-up control from Red. It's about even again this time. So, Red's doing a lot better with power-ups. You do agree?
Yeah, it's a lot better than initially. As, yeah, I mean, Blue hasn't really been getting it, or been able to cap much, but
Blue-
hopefully have help.
Mhm.
Good OD by Half-Mad there. And.
Red is ahead.
Oh, and what a cap. I
At
guess
the-
he just didn't get regrab there.
At the beginning, Red was having trouble with not being in position and not staying ahead. But now Blue is having the same problem.
Same thing with the power-ups though.
Mhm.
And
But it looks like Blue is dominating this time.
yeah, they just got 2, probably 3 of the power-ups, yeah.
All 3.
But at least it is reset, so I think Gate will probably just be sitting on the flag there just to prevent anything from happening. And good solo D by Koala right there to fight off the juke.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think they'll be able to tie this one.
With 12 seconds left,
It's possible if Half-Mad just gets a quick right here. But
he would have
no.
needed to snipe directly in.
yeah,
3,
and
2,
Puck would have had to again boost straight through.
There's an interesting pattern in the past 3 games. Have-Mad has been number 1 each time.
That's a thinker. That is a real thinker.
Makes you wonder since he's captain and all.
That too.
Mhm.
But hopefully, Boaty McBoatface can turn things around
Good
next game.
Sorry.
Yeah, overall, Funketown pretty much just had, I want to say just almost at least 3/4 of the pops. Really say for sure, but at least in the beginning, they had a lot of the power-ups, and that pretty much allowed them to cap and then keep the regrab train.
There weren't really regrab trains that game. I didn't see any. Either way,
It just helped them get out, and Red Team also didn't really, or Boaty McBoatface didn't really play too much anti there. Probably could have helped at least counter a couple of the caps, or at least one of them, for sure. But, yeah. Overall, I think they're just pretty much just getting outplayed, or in, I guess, most senses, really. And hopefully they can just clean up some loose ends and bring it back.
Yeah, a good game by both sides, to be honest. We're seeing both teams develop their strategies and in real time, which is one of the fun things to look at in these games. How do teams react to each other? How do they adapt?
Yeah, I think you could probably say that Funketown really did learn something through the first 4 games.
First 2.
Oh, yeah. Oh, is this which game is this?
We're going into the 4th game.
The 4th. Oh, okay.
Mhm.
So yeah, they did learn something from the first 2 games, and I think they're making the most of it. They had pretty dominant showing in this half.
What do we think will happen in the next 3 games? Because right now it feels like it's hard to know.
Yeah, I mean, can't really say for sure. The first 2 games, Boatface was pretty dominant, or they squeaked out the game. I don't know about the first because I just saw the end of the second. But in this game, they kind of just slacked off a little bit. I guess maybe being a little too complacent.
If they get that fixed, I completely expect Boaty McBoatface to win. But if they do not, then Funketown will take advantage of this, and Boaty McBoatface will lose. I think that's my prediction.
I also didn't notice this, but
3, 2,
apparently Funketown all have pig flares. I did not notice that. Oh, I think changing things up a little bit, playing Poet and Koala on D. We'll see how that goes. Halfman on O should still be very dangerous just by himself.
Poet will also be an interesting variable. I've seen him play before, and he's a good defender.
He plays I guess a lot more of a support. Even on offense, he's a lot more of a support offender. I haven't really, I forgot how he played on D too much because I'm usually playing with Halfman. But I say still Poet is still very solid, very mechanically sound, knows all the decision making, and it's just hopefully him and Koala are able to mesh together well.
We can see the power-up fights evolving. Red gets every single power-up.
Yep, that's not looking too good for the Boaty McBoatface right now. I see Halfman just waiting on the boost for now. And
Red has an opportunity here, maybe, if they're able to get
dangerous, but I think Poet still has the bomb and everything to work with, so at least that situation should be relatively diffused. And Pug will be out here. If they had the anti, then, or if Puggins and Poet can just get Indian, then it'll be very dangerous for Funketown.
It looks like it'll be. Looks like both teams are fairly even right now. Nothing's
Yeah,
really
no-
too dangerous.
They're just setting up for power-ups right now, I think. Indian got the rolling bomb in the middle, and good kiss, I think, by...
Blue got the critical tag pro.
They're still not defused yet, but I think they should be able to get it.
They're using
Koala
it well.
will be out past 2, as will Tag Professor. Have Mad Mike get the solo return here.
Koala is doing well as Blue FC.
No, running circles didn't help him there once Date started. Went
Yeah.
back. Oh, there was a bad kiss right there by Boaty McBoatface. But,
By the way,
Wall really needs to just stay ahead here.
Papa John,
Yeah,
I'm going to switch to Boaty McBoatface so that we can hear a little bit of their communication. Okay?
yeah, that's fine. Perfect.
I'll tell you when I'm back, okay?
Alright.
They're gonna be rolling out.
And here you can
Oh,
hear
tag
Boaty
pro on their base.
McBoatface.
Is the fuse.
Boaty McBoatface is again
Gonna play anti-kiss is great.
blue.
We can't get
You
to
can
it.
tell because they have
tag
that
pro.
med.
Bot.
Fuck me.
Mid coming in. Under.
No return coming. No return. Yes, return. Never mind. Fuck, dude.
Top.
Oh, I'm
Bot
sorry.
mid. And bot left. Is return coming?
Yeah.
Pups.
I got one mid.
We got mid.
One there, or ours.
They got no. I got theirs.
You
I
got
got
it.
theirs.
Defused 50 ours.
We got tag pro there.
Cookery.
48.
Cookery.
Go top. Half.
Go down.
Bot
Go
left.
down. Go down. Poet.
Top coming in. Bot left.
Return coming.
No. Yes.
I
He's
got total.
top. He's bombing down.
There, bomb. Dave anti.
Watch portal. Uh.
Mid in.
Oh, they're gonna get mid.
Don't die. We're on top.
Yeah, they're kissing.
We got
48.
48.
Yeah. Top.
You're past 3. 2
They're
mid.
past 3 or 4.
We've got
No
tag
return.
pro
No
and
return. Oh, good return.
Mid. Mid in.
Oh. Coming out mid. Top. Top. I can hold portal. Portal.
I'm coming over you.
He's going out portal.
No kiss.
No. He's bombing up. Nice D. Pups.
Not dead.
Pops, I'm waiting mid.
Up. There's. Go
I
there,
got
Sam.
tag pro 51.
I can't
He's
go
top.
theirs.
Mm.
That's why.
Get to ours, it's rolling. 43 hours rolling.
I'm fine with the tag.
Hello again, Papa. Hello again, Papa.
Nope.
We saw some interesting developments in the past 2 or 3 minutes. Mainly, Red was able to get 2 caps.
Oh, what a snipe.
That last cap especially was very interesting because Red had No, blue had 2 ahead, but they weren't able to put them in a good enough position to block the cap.
No, Poet might be out here. If they get the return, even then, Date still has the power, the tag pro, which is dangerous. And looks like Havmad really timered that pup.
Poetic Hollow is doing a good job of not dying. And it looks like that tag pro lead that
Should
Red
be out
had,
now.
it really didn't do much.
If they can get the return, good anti by Havmad. If he goes straight in, that would have been a cap. But no, if he just took that boost and hit just like the bottom corner of Havmad's ball, it still would have been, I think, enough. And Puggins weak spy should have taken the boost. I think, in my opinion, there could have just gone right off the side. And up and in.
Agreed. If he had boosted, he would have been able to completely.
Might be waiting
jump
for the
around.
run of pups here. With that return, I think should be reset, but now things are not looking too good for Boaty McBoatface, and they are up past
Funky
here.
Town
Yeah,
was
that's not good.
only Funky
Oh,
Town
and-
really got the power ups that time.
Yeah, that was just a little bit ugly right there.
That's
But an unlucky, unfortunate boost by, I don't know, Tag Professor, I think. Got Havmad the free return there, and Havmad should be out past 2. Unlucky bounce right there, but still made the best of it.
looks like Red has contained. They're doing a good job. Let's see how this final power up round goes, because a good round
Yeah,
of
we'll
power
see
ups could tide it.
Yeah, we'll see if they can clean things up a little bit here. Get their last return, but with that tag pro, it doesn't really look too good right now. Oh, if he can get this solo return, then and there it is. That lucky
It's a good
spawn, I
thing
guess.
you caught that, because I
Yeah,
saw
good
nothing.
Oh. Bad spawn by Date. Unfortunately, didn't let the Indian juke out, and Havmad was able. And it looks like Selfie's trying to play.
But he's contained, and usually that's the end of your life.
Yep, and this. Oh,
Ooh, Tag Professor pulls off a last second clutch cap. Really nice job by Tag Professor.
I think Poet probably should have just boosted there. If
We've had an interesting round of games so far. Let's go back to our regularly scheduled waiting screen, although we'll still be talking. Gives me a little bit of room to do things behind the scenes. So overall, Boaty McBoatface has 1 cap lead.
Looks like Funketown still did learn a little bit there, but I don't know if Boaty McBoatface can come back. Hopefully they can just take this next game, put this second game.
Nice job commentating so far, Papa John.
Thank you. Also trying to.
Welcome back to round 5 of NLTP Boaty McBoatface versus Funketown. Again, Boaty McBoatface is blue. They have a new player on defense, Papa John. He was my commentator just earlier. We're going to have a really interesting match, everyone. We have bloopers, which is already an odd map with that center gate. And we have both teams vying to break the game tie. So they're undoubtedly going to try some new strategies to try and get that lead. And Red has a sub. I remember there was talk of Indian needing one. Okay. So we can see the center is currently very chaotic. No, everyone's abandoning the flag just to get power-ups. That was blue. Red has a slight advantage with power-ups. They have 2 out of 3 of the power-ups, which is good for them. We can see Selfie coming in. Selfie has been a solid offensive player these past 4 rounds. We should see some good stuff out of Selfie. As well as Havmad. Havmad has been number 1 for the past 4 games. Blue is ahead of 2, maybe 3. But they just suicide. They lose the flag. They rushed it. Which they sort of had to. Sort of. You can see the power-ups are about evenly split this time. Blue is going to have a really hard time capping. Red might get the cap right now, but they weren't able to get the pinch in time. Oh well. Next time. Cook's waiting at bottom. It looked like he was expecting the middle gate to be held, but it was not. This is why communication is needed. Don't take the middle gate unless you know you can take it. Especially if you're bombing into it. I can see everyone going for power-ups again. It's about roughly even that time. Blue is ahead of 3, which is really good for them. They're attempting to use the gates as a sort of defense. They're crossing through mid, so they're keeping their lead. And they get the cap. That was good gate usage from both defense and offense. That's one of the things you really need if you want to control the center gate. You need anti-read to help, and you need defense to help. Something I've been noticing. Here we can see Red got most of the power-ups. Red as in Funketown. Red as in blue will be dead. Blue is ahead of 3, but they got sniped. Tragic. Red has a little bit of breathing room on defense, which they'll definitely be using. That could have been blue ahead of 2, but red had the gate under control, which is amazing. Both teams are currently struggling a little to get grabs in, especially good grabs. Blue was the nice power-up control this round. 2 juke boosters and a tag pro. Apparently the tag pro is going on offense, and if they can keep that gate, no, they couldn't keep that gate. They had a chance of being ahead of 4. Would have been wonderful. Boaty McBoatface is being sniped and bombed. That's a very dangerous situation for defense. The gate is currently neutral, which is okay. We can see that no one's... They're starting to go for power-ups now. The general rule is you should go for power-ups about 8 seconds beforehand, so you'll be there about 5 seconds ahead of. One interesting thing to note is that Boaty McBoatface is doing much better this round. They did great rounds 1 and 2, bad rounds 3 and 4, and they're showing really good signs right now. So it looks like Boaty McBoatface just has a lot of trouble with Scorpio. They do well with the other maps, but not Scorpio. It's interesting because it doesn't look like the difference between Scorpio and the other maps is a lack of map knowledge. No, it looks like Boaty McBoatface just did not play well. And it's confusing because the map shouldn't be influencing that too much. Funketown gets their first cap of this round. They'll need one more cap to tie this off, and then we'll have a very nice last game to see. Boaty McBoatface gets that really nice bomb snipe into a cap. Really nice job. Risky, but nice. Risky because the Blues FC did not know what was ahead. Well, if they had the communication, they could have maybe known. We'll be switching over to Funketown for now, or for the rest of the game, so that you can hear a little bit of what they're thinking and doing.
I'm playing anti. I'm playing anti.
Somebody get space.
They have tag.
Coming off anti.
I'm done.
Again, Boaty McBoatface is blue and Funketown is red.
I'm boosting in.
Okay, I got backward.
I got right there. Okay, good job. Pups in 10-ish, 15-ish. Let's try to sweep.
Yeah. If we sweep pups here, we can get tons of caps. But not that one.
Probably all the caps.
All the caps.
Okay, I'm gonna try for ours.
I should have
mid.
At ours, 51.
They're gonna get theirs.
That's one cap.
They have.
That's one cap.
What is theirs?
Oh,
We got another tag pro, Jesus.
Yeah.
I'm ahead.
You got it, good job.
Nice job. I'm grabbing.
Okay, I'm gonna come offense with this juke, I think.
They literally never miss. It's so ridiculous.
They're scaring me away with their tag pro. Tag pro's defused though.
Oh. Look at that grab D, Jesus.
Gate?
Gates up.
Gate is
Good
not
try.
good. Oh my god, nice position.
Oh, good
Gate,
chance.
gate. Nah.
Nah.
We got gate.
Again, it's just we got flustered in the beginning. I think once we settled down, we were fine.
Good. Tags. 19. I had a
And there you heard it. Funketown is frustrated with the game. They were frustrated with both power-ups and Boaty McBoatface's offense. That's slightly worrying. And now back to our regularly scheduled waiting screen, which is not really regularly scheduled, and it's only somewhat of a waiting screen. Question, what was this called? 1-3. So this last game is going to be, again, very interesting for both teams because Boaty McBoatface has a small lead. Cap-wise, they have 3 more caps. Game-wise, they have 1 more win. Funketown, if they play well, will be able to turn it around, but they need to make sure they play well. They need to make sure they have power-ups, they need to make sure they're playing offense well, they need to make sure they're defending against Boaty McBoatface's offense. So if they get all of that done, there is a good chance that they will do well. Let's put it that way. So it looks like we'll be starting in 1 minute now. 1 minute, maybe 30 seconds. And we're going into the game now. That is my refrigerator. Please ignore it.
Three, 2, 1.
Really good start by both sides. Selfie gets a really early grab. Oh, we might have a co-commentator. Give me a moment. Good news, everyone! I have another co-commentator, the third of the day. His name is Poet, and he is a poet with his words. Poet, can you say hi?
Hi. First round of pups coming up. It's Puggins and Tag Prof waiting on the blue pup there. It's an interesting battle there. Papa John's gonna get a grab.
Looks like Red had the lead with those power-ups, especially because of that Tag Pro.
Yeah. Should be an easy cap here. Ooh.
But Blue was able to get that rolling bomb bounce. They still might get it. No, they did not get that cap. Missed opportunity by Boaty McBoatface.
Yeah, Puggins shouldn't have gone for a re there.
By the way, Poet, I just want to say good job playing.
Thanks.
And thank you for helping commentate. We have the next round of power-ups coming up. And Boaty McBoatface continues their tradition of good power-up control. Or at least on this map. Funketown is trying to stay alive. They he tried to take gates but wasn't able to. Funketown is probably panicking right now. They were able to get the return, which is great for them. Poet? One of the interesting things I noticed last game was that Funketown was frustrated with your offense and your power-up control.
I tend not to do that to teams, that's true.
So,
I mean, the secret to just getting pups is just knowing what time they spawn at.
it's in
Pretty
stark
simple.
contrast from games 3 and 4, because I remember those two games, there was a lot of trouble. Can you maybe say why or something?
Let's see, games 3 and 4 were on Scorpio, right?
Yeah.
Game 3, we struggled because we had the substitution for Bubble. And so, at least from my perspective, when I came in, I had no idea what the pup times were. So, that kind of hindered my ability, at least, to go for power-ups. I guess the substitution kind of threw everyone off. The second half, can't really say. I don't know. Guess we just couldn't get reset after the first game. Kind of just stuck with us. But we did fine on the first half of Blooper, at least. Ooh.
Thank you for the thoughts, Poet. Me and Papa John were curious about it too. And we can see that Funketown got the first cap of the game. If they want to tie things up, they will need to win this game.
There's split games, so each 10-minute period is considered a game.
Understood. Boaty McBoatface has won 3 games so far.
Yeah.
And the other 2 go to Funketown. This is why I'm saying that Funketown needs to win this game.
Fair.
And I'm actually not sure myself how NLTP is scored.
2 points for a win, 1 point for a tie.
No, I mean, how do you count do you look at wins or caps?
Well, wins come from caps, so...
But if you win but have less caps overall? Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, the tiebreakers, let's see, if I remember correctly, wait, I can pull up real quick, Reddit. So the tiebreakers are, the first one is head-to-head, then points against common opponents, and then median margin of loss. So points acquired is basically essentially how many wins that you got against another team. That for that specific tiebreaker, captive does not matter, only the result of the game itself. The next one is points versus common opponents. The same thing applies. The first one where it comes into account is MMOL, or median margin of loss. And what that basically is that you take the captive of all of your losses over the entire season, and you take the median of that. So whatever median that you have from your losses is your MMOL. And so the team with the lowest MMOL would win on that tiebreaker, because that would mean that they've lost their games by a lesser margin. If that makes sense. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. It does.
Yeah. And then after that, then comes total captive, and then total cap scoring.
So total caps is the third thing that they look at.
Total caps is the last tiebreaker.
I mean caps in general.
Well, caps don't come into play until the third tiebreaker, yes.
Thank you for that spiel. You know what I mean. we can see that blue is trying to get into base, but they do not make it. Instead, red is pushing in reverse. They do not have contain, so this is going to be a little bit of a hard cap for them.
I mean, overall, this game, Boaty McBoat has had more opportunities to cap, but they've essentially squandered all of their opportunities as they've come into base. And so, Funketown, when they had that lucky break at the beginning of the game, were able to capitalize on that. So, I mean, on Blooper, because it's such a defensive-heavy map, that might be the only score of this game. But we'll see with 1.5 minutes left coming up, basically.
This could easily sway both directions with just a 1 cap difference. If Funketown caps or at least the score stays the same, they'll do amazing. Really helps that they already have a 1 cap lead. Papa John is attempting something with the Tag Pro, but nothing.
Huggins with the nice jukes. Can he make it?
Yes.
They tied it up.
That's an equalizer. Funketown is probably going to be extremely frustrated right now. So look out for that in their movements. Movements, organization, everything.
Have Mad hesitant there on the gate play.
Boaty McBoatface with another good round of power-ups. It looks like Koala will be grabbing with Papa as Tag Pro lead. And Red is ahead of 2. Red has nice contain in base, and they were able to pull off the cap. Do you agree, Poet, that Red's doing better right now?
Yeah, I think overall, it was clearly Boaty McBoatface who had more opportunities to cap. It's good that they were able to convert just enough, I guess you could say, to get the win. But I guess in my opinion, it was definitely swayed towards Boaty McBoatface.
That was an on-edge game, to be honest. Very interesting to watch and see what happened. And now we officially know that Boaty McBoatface has won. Okay.
Right, I'm gonna go say GG's to them.
The score was 3-1? No, 2-1, right? Dang it. When you're the streamer and don't know yourself.
You should.
I've also fucked so many players that last game.
That's right. Yo,
just
hit me with the
check.
top 10 play though, please. With that save when you guys had a rolling Tag Pro lead. Oh,
That wasn't even you. That was just me. I was like, I have the rolling. He has a Tag Pro. I'm like, I'm gonna defuse my rolling.
Yeah.
And that was just like the dumbest thing to do.
I saved the shit out of that from me.
As you can see, that was an amazing ending to a very hard-fought battle from both sides. At times, Boaty McBoatface was winning, at times, Funketown was winning. Really interesting to see how both teams did well on certain maps, both teams tried to improve, they did. And it was just tumultuous overall. I will export the official scores to the screen, and something happened. Let's hope I get this fixed. There we go. Those are the official scores. I'll leave this up for 30 seconds. thank you everyone for being with Dwarf Stream today. I'll make sure to bring more quality content for you to enjoy. This has been Dwarf and Friends, in and out.